Hello, everyone, and welcome to your first official episode of Litflix, where it's all lit all the time, even online. All right. This episode is all about your welcome to 11th grade online honors language arts. So if you are watching this video and you are not in the online class, then you can X out and go find the other assignment. First things first, I'm Coach Dalton. I'm here because I love teaching at North Gwinnett. This is my 11th year here, and honestly, I'm here to help you reach your goals this year, but you have got to do your part. All right, an online class is all about some self-paced work with teacher-created lessons. So this class is going to run as a self-paced online format. Online is in quotes because you will have to come in sometimes, but overall you do the work on your own time following due dates. We're going to take a little look at the class. My expectations are as follows. Every Friday after 2:30 is when you will check eClass and Google Classroom. On Friday at 2:30, I release the agenda for the following week. So that gives you the weekend before due dates to actually work if you want to. You should watch and view all recorded lessons and slide presentations. Complete your work on time. I put zeros in very quickly, pretty much immediately after a due date. If you miss it, I will put a zero in unless you email me with a specific issue. You need to ask for help, all right? Between 7 a.m. and 2 p.m., tutoring is available. Any emails you send after 2:30 will be answered the next school day. So if you're working at home and you need help, you can email me a quick question. We can plan to Zoom or meet on Google Meet. Or if you are physically at school during school hours, I am here as well. Even though you aren't here first, second, sixth, or seventh, I am here. You need to understand also that consequences do exist even while you are at home. So this is not a sit there and do nothing class. You will have expectations, due dates, tests, quizzes, and if you are not meeting those expectations, I will email parents, I will email admin. You will get a consequence at school, and you can also risk being removed from the class completely and put into a face-to-face class. So take responsibility for yourself. The technology we use in here is pretty familiar to you guys, but it is a lot. So our number one tool is Google Classroom. You should log into there each day. We have a new testing platform this year. More information will come on that, but it's called the Synergy Tester, and this is only used for tests and quizzes. You have 2 online textbooks where you can find on your eClass login page where you have all your other online textbooks. We have our HMH and our Sadler or Oxford vocabulary, which I will again give you more information on. Common Lit, which most of you have used, is accessed through eClass and Google Classroom. You will be signing up for that today. And Flipgrid, so fun, so important. We do a lot of recorded videos in here since I'm not able to hear you speak and you aren't able to discuss in person. 3 books we will be reading this year. The Crucible will be our first one that we'll read around October. Second semester, we'll read The Great Gatsby, and A Streetcar Named Desire. There will be a 4th choice novel, but I will give you that list in later April. Again, so you understand, this class is self-paced, which you might have heard the word asynchronous. All right, so that means you work on your own time. My content is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I am not. All right, so but you can work on your own time. So there are recorded lessons, self-paced Nearpods, independent work and practice, and of course, reading. Some of your assessments will need to be taken in person due to the fact that they are secure test-taking measures. You remember that from last year. I will get you those dates ahead of time, but you will have to plan to come in. Remember, school is your number one priority, and I will be as flexible as possible. Testing will be offered first period, second period, sixth period, or seventh period. I cannot test during lunch because I teach face-to-face classes from third through sixth period. The grade breakdown has changed, so make sure you pay attention. The first thing I want to go over is AKS Progress, which was previously called Formative. So this is going to be classwork, some quizzes, Common Lit, discussions. Sometimes we have Article of the Week. Any day-to-day work I choose is going to be 35%. AKS Mastery, which was previously called Summative. Those are your papers, projects, unit tests, speeches, etc. 2 new categories you're going to see. The first is a CFA. That stands for County Formative Assessment. You will have 4 of those, and they are all worth 5%. So while they are small, your Bulldog time, which you will be learning more about, will be dependent on these grades. So you don't want to blow it off. You want to do well so that you are able to have some freedom and choice during your Bulldog time. The last grade you need to pay attention to is the milestone benchmark. This is going to be during your final period, but the county is calling it a milestone benchmark because it is going to mirror your EOC, which will be 20% of your grade in the spring. Your performance final and your multiple choice final your performance final will be part of your AKS mastery. So let's explore a few of the tools so you can see. The first is my e-class page. I really don't use this except for the weekly agenda. So every week at 2:30, this is where you can come and check in and see what's going on. There we go. Google Classroom, I use all the time. The code is here, but it's also going to be in your sign up directions for today. So you can pause this video if you want and go ahead and sign up, or you can continue watching and sign up later. Most of you have used Google Classroom. If you have not and you need a little bit of help, just email me. Every week, I will write a description of all of your work here in the activity feed, and then weekly, you have a section in the classwork page. From here, you also want to pay attention to what I call the waffle, which is in the top right corner. This is going to allow you to get to your Gmail account, which is very important. Your school Gmail is the only way I communicate with you guys. So later today, you're going to have a chance to forward that account to another account if you don't check it. But overall, you need to make checking your Gmail something that you do on a daily basis. Couple pointers from me about me. First thing, ask for help. I do not know you're struggling if you don't ask for help because I don't see you every day. I can't see your face. I can't, see the worry in your body language. So you have to ask for help, whether it's email or coming by room 909. Stay organized. That's pretty easy to do in the online class. Everything we do is done through Google Drive, so everything is there. Plan ahead. I give you dates ahead on purpose. I want this to be a flexible class for you. So if you have work or sports or other responsibilities, you really can plan ahead. Communicate. If you have a problem, write me. If you're going to miss a deadline because you had a family emergency and you're out of town, email me and I will work with you, all right? I give grace, but I can't give grace if you are not willing to ask for it. Always turn in your best work. I don't always tell you what is going to be graded in terms of AKS progress, so you need to assume that everything is going to be graded. Be honest, this is the biggest thing ever. People think that they can cheat in an online class, but we do projects, papers, speeches. You really cannot cheat. Also, the new Google Classroom update allows me to compare your work to all work in the entire school from previous years. So you need to put your own work forward and always give it your best. My final thing is you communicate with me first, please. You are a young adult and it's time for you to start emailing. Definitely, if your parents have a real concern or a question, they are welcome to email me, but always try and do it and deal with it yourself before you go to your parents or guardians. A pro tip, download the Google Classroom app. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do this class on the app, but you will be able to check and do some of our smaller assignments from your phone, which is going to be really convenient and help you guys stay up to date. What you have to do today. First thing is locate and explore eClass, which you've probably already done if you are here. Join my Google Classroom and get familiar with the page. You're going to sign up for Common Lit. You're going to set your school email to forward to one you actually use. Now, if you use school Gmail, then you don't have to do this. And then you're going to take a look at the books that we'll be reading this year, and you can think about where you're going to be getting copies of them. I will have Amazon links if you want to go ahead and buy them. But if you want to borrow one from a library or you have an older sibling or older friend who took this class, they will have copies of the books for you as well. One final thing I want you to understand is one of my favorite quotes, and it says, "Don't be upset with the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do." If you don't do well in a summative, you really need to ask yourself, were you putting in your best effort in all of the formative assignments? If you skipped all the formative assignments thinking you'll just knock the summative out of the park, that's a risk because you're missing that practice, that smaller bit of piece by piece work that's going to help you do well on those summatives. So you can't be upset if you're not doing work. All right. Now, if you are doing the work and you're still doing poorly, then come by and let's figure out why. All right, last thing, here's my email. It's attached pretty much everywhere you can think of, but communicate with me. Email me if you need help. Um, your assignment for today is going to be on Google Classroom. All right, so when you get off of here, you're going to go to the Google Classroom and you're going to look at the classwork page just so we can look at the week. So next week we'll start your weekly deadlines, but for this week I need you to stay on pace day by day. So for today, again, you're going to go to Google Classroom, you're going to do the welcome and getting started, and then Thursday or Friday you're going to be able to do the other assignment. All right, so that will not be open until Thursday morning because it is dependent on the Wednesday assignment. But either Thursday or Friday by midnight, you're going to have to join and create Flipgrid, and there's going to be some directions for that. I'm really looking forward to this year. Please communicate with me if you need help, and I hope to meet some of you guys in person soon. Don't be shy. Have an awesome day.